Hello. So this is a part two of how I save money on low income. I did a video earlier on how I saved money while making less than 30K. These are additional tips and tricks that I used back then. I didn't remember this when I recorded the first video. And after that video, here comes all the memories and all the things that I did back then. A lot of these I still use now because a money saving tip is a money saving tip, period. So let me share with you a few ways that I increase my savings rate or increase my savings account balance. If you're paid bi-weekly or every other week, then you owe me a thumbs up because I'm about to clue you in. We have 12 months a year. If you're paid every 2 weeks, you would think you then get 24 paychecks. Wrong. You actually get 26 paychecks. The way the weeks are set up, the way you end up getting an additional 2 paychecks. So every year, kid you not, I would look at the calendar, figure out when those additional 2 paychecks would come in. So there would be 2 months where the months are so long, you end up getting paid 3 times. Now, one of those paychecks will fall into when you pay your mortgage, when you pay your rent, i.e., it's not a clean cut. You will need some of it for bills. And one of them will be flat out extra money because you would have another paycheck before rent is due or mortgage is due or before the bills are due. And I would pay attention. So when I get that paycheck, I know technically, lover, you don't need this. You've already used the 2 paychecks you usually use for bills. And I would move that right into savings, take out some for groceries, and I would be very intentional about my groceries that week or those 2 weeks. I'll be very intentional about my spending those 2 weeks so that I don't eat into it. And then the other paycheck, because one of them will not fall perfectly well, you will still need it for bills. I would also be intentional with that paycheck. All right, rent is coming. This paycheck, I need it for rent, but not bills because the other paycheck will take care of the utilities and all that. So I would just pay the rent, take out groceries, put the rest in savings. That's it. You have to be intentional about taking that money out. As you know, as much as we're trying to save, you also have to live life. You also have to look good, look presentable. So what I did back then to save money on clothing and all the other things we like to buy, I would shop off season. I still do that till today. A lot of these money saving habits, they become habits. And if they make common sense, why not, right? I shop off season. So when, say, winter starts, there are these beautiful sweaters, all these beautiful cardigans, and all these tops. They look nice, but the price not so nice. The price not so, especially then. I mean, I don't have that much for, things I don't need. However, I am a young professional and I do want to look good. So I would just wait till the end of the season. The stores back then, even though it's worse now, but back then, towards the end of the season, they need to clear stuff out so they can bring in the, next season, the spring stuff. Well, guess what? That fancy cardigan that I've had my eye on is on sale. That fancy winter coat that I couldn't justify buying because it wasn't a need at the time. I have a winter coat. I don't need another one, but this one will make me look more professional and make me look more, I went to school, give me that look. Off season, half price. In some cases, as you get further and further into the new season, you're buying it for 70% less than it was. Target is notorious for this. And now that I have kids, now that I'm a mom, I do the same thing. You will not believe how much I paid for my kids' snow boots. And with the kids, they grow. So every year it's like you need something new if you can't pass it down from siblings. So the snow boots, I would just buy one size up. Same with clothes, those jeans, the fancy jeans or the tops, the beautiful ones, anything whatsoever. Buying off season, the handbags, hats, everything. Buying off season, you're paying half the price. And now the stores are crazier. They don't even wait for the season to end. They don't wait for the holiday to end. We just moved to Omaha, and this year after Christmas, I bought a lot of Christmas decor for half the price. I got, I think there was a wreath for only $7. I didn't need a wreath. I had to buy a wreath before Christmas, unfortunately. It was painful to buy full price when I knew in just a matter of days it will be happening. But buying off season saves a lot of money. I don't know if this is a thing now because I haven't been shopping for credit card. I don't know if credit card companies have gotten wiser. Back then, I would look out for any of those, open an account with us and we'll give you an extra $100 or we'll give you an extra $150. Or I think Discover back then was notorious for it. I think it was open an account and spend X amount, and you would get $100 whatnot, or $150 bonus. If the amount is less than my regular living expense, like I know I'm going to be buying groceries, I know I'm going to be paying for gas, I'm getting that card. I'm getting that card. I only found out a few years ago it's called credit card hacking. You do these things, because you're just like, this makes sense to me. And then you find out it has a word, credit card hacking. I would use that card. I use it for anything I would have to spend on anyway, so that I can get that bonus. I just make sure I paid that thing off. Sometimes I would pay it off before the bill was even due. So I would use the card this week, and next week I'm paying it off, because as much as I trusted myself that I would be good at doing that, we were taking no chances, because I was still paying off my credit card anyway. So I knew we can't take chances. This balance cannot add on. And it was mostly for a new card. But I didn't want, you were not going to get me with that late fee. You were not going to get me with an interest. I know these are the tricks. So I would do that and get my free $100, get my free $200. What I've noticed now is opening up checking accounts. I would gladly do it even now. Open a checking account, have a balance of X amount, and you get, say, $500 bonus. I'm like, let's do it. But my husband, we're not on the same, we're not seeing eye to eye on that. He doesn't think it's worth it. I'm going, are you kidding me? That is free money. So these are the benefits of when it's just you compared to when you're married. I'm not going to do it if it's not, on board. I've been trying to talk him into some of these things. This is free money. But those were one of the ways that I increased my savings. When it comes to saving money on low income, there comes a point where you realize, at this point, the solution, what I need is a job with a higher pay. I've done everything I could possibly do. I have maximized the money I have. I have cut off every extra spending. I have done every single hack, and there is nothing else but I need to make more. So while you were looking at cutting back and all, you should really focus energy on applying for something that pays more. I did that. Well, in addition to getting a second job, because I can only control what I can, I got a second job at the time because I had time. No kids, no responsibilities. I could do it. But then something else I was also looking into at the time was applying for a position within the company that would pay me more, even if it was just 5K more, 10K more. I needed more, right? But unfortunately, it was the recession. And with the recession, not a lot of people were hiring. And then the position that my job was offering, my company was offering, they then decided out of the blue, there wouldn't be a pay raise. It's a recession. We really didn't have much of a say. Where were you going? But I knew getting that position would give me skills that would earn me more down the road. I didn't know when. I'm just getting into adulthood, is recession, no one is hiring, people are losing homes. I didn't know when. I just knew this position with these skills would definitely set me in place to make more. The point here is, while it's good to focus your energy on your expenses and managing well, do put a lot of energy into improving yourself. It may be hard to get a new job right now. It may be hard to move up in the company right now. But what can you do to prep yourself for the next level? And a lot of times, if you just do a one-on-one with your supervisor, with your team lead, with your boss, whatever, manager, whatever the name is, and let them know what your intentions are, they will, most of the time, they will willingly work with you. Look into your company resources. What resources can I read up on? How can I educate myself? How can I train myself? Or what positions may not be a vertical move, but a lateral move that will benefit me towards moving up and making more. That, if there's one key thing I have learned between then and now, is that at the end of the day, making more is where we should focus a lot more energy. It's good to manage your income. It's good to, overspending and wasting what you have. Obviously, common sense is ridiculous. It's just sometimes we're so focused on the managing and the cutbacks and the whatnot that we spend a lot less of our energy on improving ourselves and putting ourselves in a position where we can earn more. I hope this makes sense. I know this video is not the most polished video because I'm about to go pick up my kids from school, but I hope you get the point. It's a lot easier to manage when there's a little bit more grease. to your will. You see what I'm saying? So try to focus a lot of energy on how can I improve myself financially? How can I improve myself career wise? How can I put myself in a position so that by next year, should opportunity open up, I'm available, I'm ready. Opportunity and readiness, when they intersect, when they meet. Or don't be afraid to leave your current position, apply for something that pays more. Even if it's a lateral move that would eventually take you up, then do that. Okay, I need to get up. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope this helps you. These are some of the tips. I still use these tips right now. Not the credit card. I'm no more doing that. Those were some desperate moves and desperate times, desperate measures. But when it comes to shopping off season, should I go back into the workforce? I mean, I am before I even left, I was very aware of, you were focused on improving yourself. I was doing that. I would like to do the bank account one and get the bonus and stuff, but my husband will not let me go that route, and we have to agree, dang it. So these are still, and the other tips I had in the other videos, these were still tips that help me out now. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.